Blackburn
Enterprises.
Insecure.
Man,
Season 4?
Yes. Season 4 of Insecure. I love this show. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's alright. I liked it a lot. I came in late, so I had to catch up. Like I was 3 seasons behind or something like that. And I had to catch up.
Great show. Funny, witty, teachable moments.
Love Insecure. I don't even know what else to say besides I love it, honestly. Everything. I feel everything about the show Insecure. It gives me my black girl life. All over. Every time I watch every episode.
Issa Rae.
Issa,
Hey,
man.
you did the damn thing.
Whew. First of all, the writing is brilliant. Issa Rae.
The way the character can be funny, but yeah, vulnerable, but yeah, serious. The whole roller coaster ride you going with them.
As Issa, coming from the Awkward Black Girl podcast series or YouTube series, I think she kind of incorporated that very well into the show Insecure, because all of our situations are sometimes felt like the awkward black girl.
This show includes everything that every other black show leaves out.
This season.
This season.
Wow. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome sauce.
Listen.
Like the fact that we talk to ourselves in the mirror.
We do.
That's normal, but you don't really see that. We talk to ourselves like back and forth. We hype ourselves up. You know, it's everything that you wish you saw in a show.
Women-wise, it was very relevant to just making sure that you have communication between friendships.
We never know what people are actually discussing between other people. Like that scenario where Lawrence and Issa were at the bottom of the thing and Molly was watching them. In her opinion, Issa going back into a fall back that doesn't work for her. Instead, it wasn't nothing about that, because we are always assuming people's position instead of finding out or figuring it out.
Friends for a reason, or friends for a season.
That's it.
So that's one of the major plot points this season.
You my friend, you gonna come to me and figure that shit out. Don't assume shit about me. Don't make it up in your head. Don't go back and tell somebody else that it's something that you done decided for me. Come get the clarity from me, and then I give it to you, and then you can take it wherever you want to, because then I know that we done had the conversation.
Most shows, they're friends the whole time.
Yeah.
And if they have an argument, it's over and resolved by the end of the episode, right?
Yeah, this one ain't right.
This is like a literal dissolvement of a friendship.
Yeah.
And it's hard to watch, but it's real as hell, because y'all know y'all done left some folks behind. Don't we?
In this season, baby.
But Molly didn't give no respect to their relationship. She just assumed all these things she had, and that's why I'd be like, people don't be separating the personal from the interpersonal. She was dealing with a lot of interpersonal shit, but kept putting it all on her other people.
That Molly?
Molly, that's what's her name? I know you don't know it.
Yes, I do. Orji.
It's Orji.
Orji.
Yvonne Orji. I don't know what you just said, but Yvonne Orji.
I knew it's something like it.
Lord have mercy.
I was in the right ballpark.
I'm just feeling the Molly hate, and I just need to clear that up.
Clear it up.
Because
Clear it up.
I realize she is a flawed woman, okay? But so is Issa.
She don't mess with Molly no more. That's the plot. That's the plot.
Molly's just really fucking judgmental.
As a friend, I agree. She is really judgmental.
I do not like Molly. She's selfish. She just got a lot to learn about the girl code. And she just has to think about how a life that everything that you do in life doesn't just affect you.
Molly, the one we want to maul.
She doesn't think about anybody else, even if she is engaging them toxically. She looks at it only from where it's hurting her. And that's not an exchange. She basically is in all of her relationships are one-sided.
I like how vested I was in the characters because it really did make you want to like pop Yvonne Orji.
Hey.
If I would have saw her in the street.
If I would have saw Molly.
Man,
we would have saw Molly in the street.
It.
Molly could have got it.
Pop pop.
Well, this like is Molly. Off the rip.
Because she's only focused on how it affects Molly, how Molly feels about it, how Molly is connected to it. And it's like, Molly, there is a whole world of people out here, and if you want to have a relationship with them, you're going to have to engage with them too. You have to give a little bit back.
And Molly would have got cussed out. Like,
man, for real.
Yvonne Orji, you would have got cussed out. I hate to say that.
I mean, some people, it's just like, if you have a friend and then you try, and then it's like, you know what? I'm not trying to try no more. Yeah. And it's one of those type of things.
Issa has been literally the down character through this whole show. She didn't always had the poor job, the bad apartment. The girl ain't never been on top. The one time she gets an opportunity to shine, her friend shits on it.
More people can relate to Issa, so they kind of just hop to her side and don't have a real dialogue about what it means to be the Molly.
Well, what do you feel like it really means to be the Molly?
Okay, so the Molly is the consistent, responsible friend who is like literally charged with raising their friend because they are irresponsible. Do you remember season 1 when Issa was breaking up with Lawrence and she was spending the night with Molly? And Molly was fine with it, and she was talking about, Issa was saying, I have a report or a presentation due the next day, and Molly was like, you gonna work on your presentation? She was like, girl, I'm gonna wing that shit.
Molly and Issa are like beefing, and it's just because I think, in my opinion, I don't think that they set expectations in their friendship.
I feel like she's always kind of trailed behind Molly's success. You know what I mean? She was the unsuccessful, don't have it all together friend, you know. Molly's the more stable friend.
Issa started out childish as hell, and Molly was Issa's, but she grew throughout the seasons. And I think that probably was that was the demise. She probably felt like she was losing some type of that responsibility because her best friend was becoming more responsible, and she was feeling some type of way about it. So
absolutely.
One thing I didn't like was, of course, the fact that her whole season of finally succeeding was diminished by this friendship that was falling apart. And most people probably recognized that Issa was on top, but they weren't really focused on Issa being on top because we were so focused on Molly and Issa not working as a friendship. And it just once again keys into why Molly's selfish ass get on my dang nerves.
And she talked about how she had to tell people like that, I'm not Molly in real life. But you feel like you Molly though.
Right.
Like, what were you doing?
Right.
Some dumb stuff.
Right.
Okay, I digress.
And I think that Molly does resent the fact that all the things that she thinks are wrong with Issa, I'm not gonna say whether they're right or wrong, or, you know, whatever. The things that she perceives are wrong with Issa, she wonders internally, like, why does she consistently have a man or men that want her sincerely, and I don't?
Yeah.
And I think she needs to work on that. That envy, she needs to work on that level of envy and not focus on Issa, focus on, because she got some issues. Ooh, Molly got some issues.
I don't like how Molly and Issa's relationship has gone thus far. Like, I'm real confused because, I mean, it was them two against everybody else. And to see them kind of part ways, like, I'm like, what's going on here?
Didn't like the way she treated Issa. I felt like she was being unfair, too harsh.
Issa feels like Molly's like a Debbie Downer. Molly feels like Issa is just like all over the place and not planning or executing things.
Molly's more structured, more together. Issa's more free-spirited. So when you bring those two together, there's gonna be some turbulence, you know? So I think just them being able to accept each other for who they are, that will keep the relationship going.
Issa always supports Molly. And I don't feel like Molly, just in my opinion, always gives her that same report.
I didn't like how Molly was being a little extra, as if she don't know Issa. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the perfect time to bring peace to that situation at the dinner. But she had all this stuff to say and it came out and then boom, they were, you know what I'm saying? It was like almost friends again. Like it broke my heart.
I just am not here for the cancellation of Molly. Yeah, I don't want to cancel.
You're here for the evolution.
Yeah, I want her to grow. I want her to watch her friend and say, wow, you know what? You've grown. And I have to understand that our relationship is different now. And I got some growing up to do. But I don't think she's gonna say that.
Probably not. I just didn't like Molly this season.
We just didn't like Molly. Molly is who we did not like.
I didn't like Molly this season.
Molly could have got it.
She could have got it.
On site.
Molly can get
Molly can get on site.
Yeah, she can. She can get it both ways.
That's it.
Oh. I liked Molly's little relationship with Augusto. What's his name? Andrew. I liked him for her.
Who was the guy that Molly was with? Andrew.
Yes, Andrew. So, and I think that it was important.
Interracial relationships.
Because they did the whole, did you see that? And
they were coming from different backgrounds, different things mattered to them, different things were important to them, and working through, not coming from the same background.
Andrew, I feel like he was an honorable mention. Yes. Cute Asian bae. I think he really liked her. He was a good guy. I liked him.
Was it really a situation, or did you create a situation, which is really big, in my opinion, especially in racism? Because it's like, was it a racist situation, or did you make it a racist situation because of your thoughts?
I think the whole racial thing was kind of blown. I don't know. It kind of lingered on too long. I feel like be mad in the moment, address it, and then let it ride. Because this is your boyfriend's family. Still want to be mad, that just creates an uncomfortable position for what's his name, Andrew, being that that's his brother.
You got Amanda Seals.
We forgot to say that. Nah, yeah, she was, and she had her big. Like hers was good too.
Tiffany, I want and I hope next season they bring her back and focus more on her. Too, because if you look at over the season, she hasn't been like that type of character, but I think she's very important to the series as well, especially this time.
She is. We get more background into Tiffany this season, and I love seeing kind of being able to talk about them, because they are kind of being introduced as important characters, but we just don't really know them like that. We don't know who they are, or why are they so important? How did they even become friends? Stuff like that. So they're all so different.
Like she knew that Issa's ex was with Condola, and she didn't say anything. She just said, she was like, I'll wait till they progress. I'll wait. And then she just assumed that they didn't. So she was like, well, not my problem anymore.
She be hella bougie, okay? Like, that's the friend you roll your eyes at, because she the one that do seem like she got it all together, all perfect, all this. But we saw in this season her kind of stumble a little bit. Tiffany is so into Tiffany. Maybe she's not sure, she doesn't give her husband half the love and respect he gives her.
I mean, I would say that it's very intentional, because I think the show is centered around two single best friends. Like, it's about Issa and Molly, really.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, we got a married friend, but she's not the focus. And I think that's okay, because I think we, in general, our society focuses on, the steady relationship, because we want to see it work out, and we want to see them overcome obstacles and stuff like that. So I would love to see more of Tiffany and her hilarious husband. But I think it's intentional that they just like focus on the ups and downs of these two single best friends.
Also,
it's heavy.
Postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Postpartum. I can relate to that.
Her friend was literally going through depression. None of them saw that, because their circle of what their point of view was just on them. For Issa, she was distracted. And when she did try to give attention to her friend having, the issue with the baby, people kind of ignored it because they were so mad at Issa about what they speculated.
I know
Amanda Seals' character, Tiffany, Amanda Seals in real life was having problems behind the scenes with someone with the show. And I felt like you can kind of feel that. I didn't like that either. Because I do feel like her character made better for the show. And it's kind of like they kind of dropped the ball a little bit for personal reasons that shouldn't come between the show.
I ain't gonna say it was good, because postpartum I think is something she was really dealing with, and that's like a real thing. You know, that's something I endured, so I was able to relate to her a whole lot more this year.
My girl, a funny girl,
Natasha.
Yes, Natasha is her name.
Yeah, Natasha Rothwell.
Yes,
I believe
Rothwell.
I'm Kelly, so I'm blunt, straight to the point. I will give you Kelly. I'm Kelly. I will give you Kelly for sure. Thank you.
Natasha wrote some of the
episodes.
I read that.
Nice. Shout out to Natasha Rothwell.
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate that we didn't kind of get as much for
Kelly. Yeah.
Because she's just kind of known as the funny friend, and just kind of the supportive friend.
Yeah.
And we don't know what she may be dealing with on her own.
Yeah, and the other girl, she's just crazy. I love
Kelly.
Yes, Kelly. Her name would be Kelly. Well, I mean, no, I also love Kelly. Let's stop there. Kelly's funny. Kelly's always trying to make everything good and make everybody feel great about everything. So I like Kelly.
So hopefully that gets talked about for next season. I think that was a big, I won't say miss, but a big opportunity for them that a lot of people brought to their attention after this season.
They give us all the personal growth from some people.
I like how they talked about self-care too throughout, and how, you know, you gotta take care of yourself.
Self-care is important.
Yes, it is.
And Nathan also talked about like his depression, or how why he disappeared from the scene for so long. And at that point in time, I think that was important, because especially I liked that they put that in his role as a black man.
Black men and mental health.
Yes.
Talking about that and how black men deal with it and or don't deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Nathan, I actually like Nathan. Like, he showed a lot of growth, and like he brought to light what a lot of African American men are suffering from, or black men, however you would like to refer to yourself. Like, he just put it out there. He was like, hey, I have our hope.
And we know what happened with Nathan last season. I think he's like diagnosed with bipolar or something like that. She didn't know that, but still.
Because we don't give them the ability, number one, to tell us the truth, and we accept it. So in real life, like, if he had told a black woman that, it would have been an excuse, instead of just accepting, you know, hey, I was just messed up at the time and I couldn't deal with you and deal with my own feelings.
Lawrence's girlfriend, Condola. I liked her. I did too. She definitely did try Issa a second. Yeah.
Did she? Condola. See, I messed up her name just because I don't even like her character either. Condola. I don't like her because she could have been real with Issa. Issa knew that she was sleeping with Lawrence, so she could have been like, you know what? I'm falling back because I feel some type of way about the fact that Lawrence still likes you and I still like him. That, like, we just got to start being real with each other. She just didn't give that opportunity because they were friends, and she could have did that.
It was weird. I maybe would have been freaked out, like, the dude I'm having sex with and I like, and he's really going well, and then now how am I supposed to react? I'm like, yeah, everybody's supposed to be mature and things like that, but for the most part, it's gonna throw anybody off. I don't care who it is.
And what are the odds that he started dating the girl she was working with?
I know.
Like, ooh, that was rough. You know what I'm saying?
She dated him for all those years, and she was dating him, and they were working together. So that's gonna make it awkward. So that's interesting. That would be interesting for me. I got some stories interesting. It ain't about that. But
like, I feel like she tried to put on a good smile, but at the end of the day, like, that's never easy, because I think those two genuinely love each other. And it's unfortunate what happened.
And Ellis
Roth.
Shout out to the Lawrence. Wait, what did you just say?
No, that's what.
Are you making it?
No, that's a real name, but we're not gonna talk about it.
Anyway, Jay Ellis.
Yes.
Shout out to the Lawrence Hive.
Yes.
Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence was a big player in this. He grew up. Sure did.
I don't like how Lawrence was just kind of, it didn't seem like he really moved on. I feel like he was acting out of a place of hurt. He knew deep down he still loved Issa.
But I mean, I can't be mad at her. Like, that's his ex. Like, they obviously ended for a reason, and also I have no control of it. Wasn't like I knew. Wasn't like I was like, oh, bet. That's your ex. That's the one.
But you know, like, even though you don't and you should have a mature attitude about it because no one knew and it just happened to be that you can't help but be petty. Like, you gonna talk about her just because
you knew you wanted Issa. You worked this hard to get her back. Y'all are on this path of like really reconciliation. When that situation came to you, you should have been like, well, me and Issa have moved to a phase where I'm moving on with her. This baby doesn't change the fact that we moved on from each other.
Issa and Lawrence are kind of introduced that they were going to be together. Kind of say he's trying to ease his way back in.
They gave us the romance that we have been wanting, and they said, no, it's never gonna happen. I don't know if they're good for each other. I don't know. And then they gave it to us.
I definitely wanted to see them get back together. Like, when they finally did it again, I was so happy. I was like, yes. I'm sorry.
Her and Lawrence, kind of like what some of us veterans of, veteran watchers of the show kind of was rooting for. I know I was.
I was genuinely happy because you could tell when they saw each other, the long glances, the side eyes, like the love is still there.
And pregnancy.
Yeah,
too.
new pregnancy and becoming a new mother.
And secret pregnancies.
Right.
Or uh-ohs. Or we like to call them oops.
Right. Oopsies.
Oopsies.
But then
because the back girl,
shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And baby comes up, and so there's a whole baby, got a whole baby out here in these streets. So trying to get back.
That's going to be interesting going into it.
Issa Rae, my girl.
I like Issa the most because she shows what it's like to not have it all together all the time. I identify with her, I guess, the most.
I think I'm all over the place. I'm Issa for sure. My life is not together in this life.
I love that Issa got her events and that it was successful regardless of some of the dynamics that went against it, which I'll see that selfish Molly shit. Don't have the best of it. She gotta have a side hustle. She go consult with herself in the mirror. I do that all the time. Like, that was like number one. That hit home run. I'm like, dang, I do that too. I don't rap and do all that, but I do have a mild conversation with myself. So
now that Issa is kind of getting what she want to get to, it seems like everything is kind of happening before everybody want to kind of come.
I was happy that Issa has finally got into her own. She finally had a successful event that still yet backfired. Issa's just really learning every day about herself and not being critical about it.
And I just love Issa's character. I think in the past, characters have always looked a certain way and acted a certain way, and Issa is the total opposite.
I was proud of Issa the whole show because she was always a person who was distracted by, other people, and she focused herself on something she wanted and she attained it, and that's really what we all should be doing.
Issa is weird, Issa is quirky, but she's still black. Cool. She's still black AF.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Still cool.
And so seeing those type of women and just black people on TV making people feel comfortable in their own skin, I definitely like that.
Yeah. She has a situation happen. One other person in reality would be crumbled by that situation, whereas Issa is not. She's like, well, next phase, next thing, next move, next option. I love that. I don't know, it just gives me a feel of a genuine, like, it gives me a more realistic point of view of, a single black female home kind of feel. Home girl, you know, just trying to find her way, figure out her purpose.
I thoroughly enjoyed this season all the way. Only thing that I dislike about Insecure, and I think they're getting beside themselves on this, because when they first came out, they was giving us 30 minutes. Now one Sunday they give us 2 minutes. Another Sunday they'll give us 17.5 minutes. Then they might give us 29. Can we get a full 30?
For a 30-minute show, it's great. You know, you don't even, I don't think I even really worry about it not being an hour anymore. Or 48 minutes, how much they do it.
Whole situation with Lawrence coming back and introducing himself after Issa, you know, starting to get her life together. And she's back talking to Nathan and stuff like that. I think that this show has always been so relatable that I think that was a super relatable moment for a lot of women, where you leave something that you feel like is not benefiting you. You learn to get yourself together, and these things come back, and you're kind of torn in between, you know, those memories that you have, or to continue this journey you're on by yourself.
In these relationships that we keep seeing, these women keep falling short of their attaining their successful relationship because they're so confused in what they want.
Women needing to be with a man. And letting that man overtake who you are. That was a big plot point on here.
And it's not always the woman's fault. Sometimes it is just, you know, someone else telling them these things that they want to hear, that they know that they want to hear.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they showed it from a perspective where you're not in it. You're not in that situation, and you're seeing it from the outside in, and how that can be a really difficult decision to make.
Relationships, like trying to get rid of the past, or just coming to terms with the past, like, and also how someone from your past could be a future for you too. So it's like trying to figure out, like, after growth, how can you move on?
Like, relationships between friends, relationships between exes, relationships
being friends with your exes.
Yeah.
I love how they are not a group of women who are all in the same realm. I feel like in every show we have these group of women who are friends. Everybody has a success level, everybody has this consistent level, and it doesn't show that everybody's different. They're different lifestyles, married, single, multi-relationships, delusional, I guess, if you want to say at some point.
You know, good friends, good company, a vibe, like all of that. I get all of that from Insecure. Real relationship dynamics, inconsistencies, drama, all of that. Insecure is great.
I love that they tackle real issues, like, remember when Issa had the eye shot?
Oh, yeah. I heard that could be real. You know, but I heard it could be real. Like one of my homegirls that happened to other folks. And yeah, the eye shot. Issa was living her best life, fighting it. Lawrence was fighting it.
Oh, and starting your own business, getting your, you know, she did the block party. That was big.
Yeah, just, I mean, yeah, the whole having faith in yourself.
You
know,
betting on yourself.
Betting on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself.
That's it.
This season, Booty Button, that one was new for me.
It was, wasn't it? I
said, what is a booty button? Apparently it's intense, you know.
And it took him where he needed to be.
It did.
She even had old dude, the security
guard.
Oh, he was
the
so
flight
cute to me. It was one of them TSA bags.
And watching a big boy get down on TV like that, you don't see that.
He was very confident about himself.
Or, you know, just dealing with life, you know, dealing with, I think it was a lot of the characters deal with, you know, what they planned out and how things end up going can
may not get the same thing.
Right. So how do you
half that you thought.
All right. So how do you handle life when things don't go the way that you plan for them to go?
Everything's always so awkward. Oh man, I love it. Like, I love the fact that, like, but it'd be like real life awkward stuff, and you just like, oh, please don't ever let that happen to me. Not to me. You know what? It has happened.
And it's good to see somebody that look like us to be able to show their vulnerability. So, I don't know about the show.
I'm gonna say it's in the top 3.
It's gotta be in the top 3.
Gotta be in the top 3.
Gotta be in the top 3.
Gots to be.
If it ain't number 1, I really
Gonna feel some type of way.
Gonna feel some type of way. I mean, the validity of this whole countdown is in question.
Number one.
I would immediately give it number one. I think that it hits a lot of points in a comedic way.
Yeah.
So it's not super just like a Debbie Downer all the time where it's like, oh man, but it's still like real life situations that are happening.
Top 5.
Yeah,
course.
at least.
Definitely top 5. And not like the lower end of top 5, like 4.
I'm gonna give it number 3.
Insecure is probably number 1.
Number 1. Literally. That's one of my favorite shows.
Issa's able to portray that in her own quirky.
It's a vibe. I think the whole show is just a vibe. Every character is a vibe.
See,
I don't even know.
I don't know you.
Where in the top 3?
It better be top 3.
But it's gotta be the
top 3.
top 3.
Top 3.
I don't know.
Top 3.
Top 3.
It better be.
Better be.
Somebody challenged this. Is what happened.
Every character is relatable. Like when you're watching it, you can immediately just be like, you know what? I see this in my friend group. I see this person in my friend group and stuff like that. So it's just a lot easier to kind of enjoy it because it's your everyday life too.
Yeah. No, 3. I solid 3. I feel like it just played with me a little too much for it to get 1.
We are fun. We are educated. We are full of life. We make mistakes. We fall short of our expectations. We're human. And Insecure shows that vulnerability to the Black woman because nobody sees us as human. They see us as superhuman. They so strong. They so this. They so that. We have weaknesses. We have relationships that fail. We can be the most successful person in the room and be going home to the most empty house ever. It's just so many dynamics to our character, and we're given that opportunity to be seen in that light and Insecure, and I like that. So I call it number 1.
So I know why.
I know why too.
That's
I know
fine.
why too.
That's fine. Okay.
Well, I think that's
whack. I'll give y'all that.
I think that's whack.
Bullshit.
Ditto.
That's bullshit.
Because who's voting? Like,
No.
what's in the top 5? Top 5.
Wait.
What?
Hey, I said 4, and then we decided on a 3. You know. Hey.
In my opinion.
What?
The hell?
Look, it's even in the top 5. I was close.
We're pretty good at this.
It was a Black man who did it. I know.
Had to be. He don't care. He don't care. What's the generation after millennial? Is it Z?
Z. You gotta be
Z.
Wait.
And we a little biased because we don't watch.
No,
That's fine.
That's
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
whatever.
whack though.
It is.
I'm mad about it.
I am too.
I don't like it.
That's fine.
Because they can't relate to Insecure. They're not trying to be lovers and
You're
stuff.
not trying to find out who the Debbie Downer is in the friend group.
They're the Chads. All the Chads made this number 4. Chad.